Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana is. The bombshell by Azimio that they have obtained new evidence indicating Raila Odinga won 2022 presidential election with a very big margin is causing political ripples. Earlier today, in what is seen as one of the ripples, Rigathi Gachagua met Jubilee members of parliament from the mountain, after which, taking to his media accounts, he had this to say. Rigathi Gachagua, elections are over and we must work together irrespective of our political affiliation. Indeed, His Excellency President William Ruto and I have agreed that 2023 is the year of work and we have to put the interest of the people first to build back our economy. And then Rigathi has shared out those photos with Jubilee members of parliament. Looking at that meeting, I strongly believe that its timing is suspect, and its timing just indicates that this is a meeting that was hurriedly planned because of the Azimio bombshell. In this video, I want us to dig deep into this meeting between Rigathi and these Azimio leaders for Kenyans to know the games being played here. If you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. Yes, Rigathi is saying elections are over. I find it very hard to believe Rigathi Gachagua, because Rigathi is one politician who has been talking about 2022 elections. In fact, any podium he gets, he always talks about 2022 elections. Just recently in Nyanza, he described leaders from the mountain who supported Raila Odinga as conmen who will never know peace. He has been hurling insults on Raila and Uhuru Kenyatta in any forum he gets. So Rigathi has been clearly stuck on 2022 elections. Maybe from those remarks, he might be changing his mind, or is just trying to lie to Kenyans. Looking at that meeting objectively, I honestly believe it had got everything to do with the bombshell by the Azimio Brigade that Raila Odinga won 2022 elections. Yes. Why am I saying that? If you look at William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua, these are two leaders who have been engaged in supremacy battle. That's a fact, and that's why at times William Ruto is trying to elevate Mudavadi and to demote Rigathi Gachagua. Ruto and Rigathi have been clearly engaging in shadow boxing. And this meeting, as much as it has been influenced or informed by the bombshell, I'm seeing this as a continuation of Ruto-Rigathi political battles. Rigathi is very keen to exploit any moment he gets. Any William Ruto slow moments, Rigathi always tries exploiting those moments for him as Rigathi to shine. Azimio Brigade, in the last 3 days, have successfully created an impression that Ruto is a very weak president, a very unpopular president, a president who stole 2022 presidential elections. So in the eyes of a good majority of Kenyans, and even to the international community, William Ruto is clearly at his lowest political moments right now. Rigathi is exploiting that moment to shine. As William Ruto suffers his low moments, Rigathi wants to create an impression that is consolidating and gaining support on the mountain. That's exactly why Rigathi organized for that meeting. And I'm saying that because look at Rigathi very carefully. Anytime William Ruto suffers a low political moment, Rigathi always tries to shine. Recently, during Iala votings in Parliament, members of Parliament from the mountain rejected William Ruto's nominee and they elected a leader of their own choice. Rigathi hijacked that moment and created the impression that he was the one who instructed the leaders to reject William Ruto's nominee. So Rigathi created an impression that is actually able to influence mountain leaders to take a position on an issue. I'm seeing a similarity here in that William Ruto is being seen as weak. Rigathi wants to emerge as somebody gaining support. Secondly, I'm seeing a Kenya Kwanza government that is clearly panicking. The bombshell has scared them. They are very not sure of the future because hii dunia si ya mtu. Nobody knows about tomorrow. The bombshell that Raila Odinga won with a very big margin has scared Kenya Kwanza government. They are panicking. That's why they are trying to meet leaders to consolidate support. They are not very sure what might happen tomorrow. And I'm saying that because look at William Ruto's team. Immediately Chebukati, or rather after, Chebukati declared William Ruto the winner of the elections. At that moment, it's very sure that William Ruto and his team were not very sure what was going to happen. They were not very sure whether the Supreme Court was going to annul or rather nullify the election and order, or rather and order them for a runoff, or they were not very sure whether the Supreme Court was going to declare Raila the winner, because at that time, a lot was happening. Look at William Ruto's behavior at that time and what Rigathi is trying to do. Ruto at that time was mobilizing leaders, Azimio leaders, to join his team. Right now, Rigathi is doing the same. I'm seeing a Kenya Kwanza government that is panicking. They are panicking because they are not very sure of what can come out as a result of the bombshell. They don't know what can happen next because anything is possible. Dunia si ya mtu. In other countries, we have seen revolution just starting a little bit and then eventually the leader is being overthrown. It's clear Kenya Kwanza might be panicking. And then another thing coming out clearly, if you look at William Ruto's team, Azimio, especially Jeremiah Kioni, made it very clear that the rigging took place on the mountain more than in any other part of the country. And that the vote Raila got from the mountain were not the exact votes. And now you are seeing Rigathi meeting Jubilee leaders from the mountain. This is just a way to counter those remarks by Azimio that the mountain was affected most. Kenya Kwanza, or rather Rigathi and William Ruto, they are trying to create an impression that after all, that mountain you are saying had the most rigging, we have actually gained. Even some of your leaders are now supporting us. So it's just a way to counter that. You are saying we stole your votes. Now see, leaders who are supporting you are now supporting us. So it's a zero-sum game. That's what I'm seeing, ladies and gentlemen. As I conclude, that meeting had everything to do with the bombshell. Everything to do with the bombshell. Ruto's team are clearly panicking here. They are clearly panicking. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you have not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe. If you want to support us in this forum, I've pinned my number on the comment section. Contact me through the number, or feel free to channel your support to the number. Let's meet in our next analysis.